Hey, if you watch my videos, you might know that yesterday I did a video on border security and the wall, dealing with immigration, drugs, violence, etc. Well, I really thought I would piss off a lot more people with that video, but it really only pissed off less than like 30% of my viewers, according to the likes and dislikes. But really that's not surprising, because that really is how it works out to how many people are in favor of the wall. Nationally, it's only about 30%. So that's not a good thing. Now, if you look at Republicans or conservatives, they favor the wall by about 70-something%. If you look at liberals or Democrats, they only favor the wall by 7 or 8%. But the really important demographic are the people in the middle, the independents and the moderates. They only support the wall at about 25%. Only about 25% of them support the wall. So no matter what you think of the wall, when you look at it politically, forcing something like a wall that's not popular at all with the middle is not a good political move. Although I will have to say sometimes the right thing to do is not a good political move. But putting aside the number of people support the wall or don't support the wall or do believe in these policies or don't believe in these policies, a lot of people came to me yesterday and said, okay, even if the stuff you said is true, which most of it is, because I based it on FBI and Department of Homeland Security statistics, I didn't just base it on opinion, and I based it on stuff, I listen to in radio and podcasts, etc., from people that actually work in Border Patrol. So if it's true, well, what's your solution? They say it's real easy to point out what the problem is, but what's your solution? Well, I thought that video was what I thought were the solutions, dealing with employers that hire illegal aliens, changing our drug laws, all that other stuff. I thought those were solutions. But I think they mean, what is my solution to the funding crisis right now? Where we have a government shutdown and no one can agree on the funding. Well, right now we have Trump asking for $5 billion for the wall that Congress is not going to give to him, that Mexico was supposed to pay for. And we have Congress saying, we're not giving you nothing. We'll give you $1, basically. Well, this is not in any way realistic. This is all politics. Trump wants to build the wall because he knows it's his only chance of getting reelected, even though I don't think that will work, because I think he's pissed off too many gun owners now. And the people on the left, Pelosi and them, they just don't want to give him the wall, because if they give him anything, even for stuff we need, it makes it look like he won. So it's just a stalemate right now of stubborn people. So people are asking, well, what would I do about the funding issue? Well, here's what I would do. Last year they were given, I think it was like 1.3 or 1.6 billion, and they didn't even spend it. So that tells you how important they think border security actually is, because they didn't even spend the money they were given. So this whole, it's a crisis, that's bullshit, because you're not even spending the money you got. You're not even filling the positions that are open now. So the politicians are just playing games. But here's what I say we do. This is my solution to the funding issue. We don't give Trump $5 billion for a wall. What they say is, all right, we're going to give money to border security. We're going to give it $10 billion. Because I think border security is a bigger issue. I think it should get more than the $5 billion. I think our national security is more important than that, and should have more money spent on it than that. So I'm okay with giving them $10 billion, but not letting the politicians decide where it's spent. Form a committee of 2 conservative, 2 liberal, and 1 independent, 1 moderate specialist, someone who is an expert in security, in border patrol issues, etc. People that are actually in the field, people that actually know the issues, people that actually have degrees in this stuff or have experience in these things. Make a commission of those 5 people and tell them, this is the money you have to spend. And you have to allocate it all within 1 year. At the end of 1 year, what you don't allocate goes back into the general fund. And tell them you can spend it on physical structures. You can spend it on increasing salaries. You can spend it on increasing manpower, increasing technologies, in any amount you want to spend on whichever one. I guarantee you what they're going to do first is increase salaries of the actual agents and get more agents. And then they're going to spend more money on technology and repairing structures that already exist. And then they're going to look at the structures that work in some areas and build similar structures in similar areas. And in some areas, they'll just use electronic surveillance, which makes perfect sense. And I think they could probably spend all the money and make this country a lot better place for it. So for those of you out there that were asking, what's my solution? That's my solution. Give them twice the money Trump's asking for, but take the politicians out of it. Let the people that actually are doing the work and actually understand the issues make the decisions, and let them spend the money and tell them they have so much time to do it. Because if it's an emergency, well, then let's get it done. Because the politicians, like I said, obviously aren't, because they didn't spend the money they already have, and we've got 2,000 Border Patrol positions open because the pay's too low. So let's take care of those problems. And then, if they take care of all the problems and they got enough to build a 700-mile stretch of wall, more power to them. Use it for whatever they want to use it for. But take care of the other problems first, and they'll be the ones that decide what are the priorities. If they decide the 700-mile wall is the top priority, then they can spend it on it. They don't need some orange-haired orangutan deciding for them what's the biggest problem when they know what the biggest problems are. And they don't need that Skeletor and her sidekick, I don't know what, Slappy Magoo, whatever his name is, Pelosi and Schumer. Pelosi was Skeletor, by the way, in that analogy. But they don't need them telling them what to spend it on. Let them decide. Give them a budget and let them make it work. So for the people who asked, what's my solution to the shutdown and the funding issue? That's my solution. If you've got a better one, let me know.